Hello, good morning, everybody. Always nice to be here, and I'm happy to be here this Saturday morning as usual. Like I used to say, if learning about your relationship is what you're interested in, um, you are in the right place, and this is where you should be. And today we are going to talk about a very sensitive matter as usual. We always like to talk about, those gray areas that people hardly talk about. So you can just relax and call a friend to join us on the program this morning. And let's go for a very, very, very quick and short break. Yes, we are back. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for always joining me here every Saturday. Um, Today, as usual, is not going to be an exemption to having a good time. So today, I want us to talk about something that is sensitive and that we all also can learn one or two things from, whether you're single or married, because these days single people tend to tell me that we are always talking about marital issues. And the purpose for this is because we will all get married eventually, and relationships, there are some things that cut across, whether you are married or not, whether you are single or not. There are relational issues that we all face and that we need to address. So if this is something that you have not already started, going through, then it is something that you definitely go through. So, sooner or later, and so you need to be prepared. Like I used to say, you don't manufacture, the weapons for the battle on the battlefield, and so we need to be, prepared beforehand before we face those situations. Thank you for being here, and I really, really appreciate you being here. So today, I want us to talk about something that is important, which is the subject of money. Money matters. We want to talk about the issue of money this morning, if that makes sense to you. So, why are we talking about the issue of money? Because we're talking money this morning because it has been, research has shown that money is one of the first, the top three reasons why people get divorced eventually. And no matter how people say that, I don't care about money, all I want is love, and all that, it simply means that there comes a time where, because research, and it's across the world, shows that money and money matters, financial issues, they are one of the very strong reasons why people get a divorce eventually. And so it means that no matter how pious we are around money, no matter how we say that I don't care, I don't, so it's either too much of it or lack of it, is always causing a breakdown in relationships. And so today I want us to talk about this very important subject. And we need to understand, this morning I want to try to make us understand why are these issues becoming very real issues that we have to deal with. The issue of money, why is it increasingly becoming important to talk about the issue of money? Sorry, good morning, Ogechi. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. So why is it important for us to talk about this all important subject, which is one of the things I'm going to be dealing with today? We need to talk about the issue of money because we have different outlook. We have different perspective about money. And I really want us to talk about the softer issues that concern, money. We all have different outlooks to money. And how does this affect the relationship on the long run? I think it's something that we should be interested in. So today I want us to talk about, what the reasons why we are having issues in our relationship because of money. The issues surrounding the soft issues surrounding money. It is not going to be We are not going to be talking about the savings. We're not going to talk about how much you should put apart, the percentage that you need, but the softer issues around money, which are the major real issues that we have around money. The first thing that I want us to consider when we talk about money in relationships is that we all have different money personalities. We all have different money personalities. And what do I mean by having different money personalities? It simply means that my outlook to money is slightly different from your outlook to money. And as usual, couples, we get to the point where we begin to fight each other based on what we think and expect from our partners. And because, and especially when it is a money matter, it becomes very sensitive. So let's say, for instance, you have someone that the personality around money is to spend money. The person saves and blows it off because the person eventually feels like, I have worked hard and I need to now enjoy myself. And you're in a relationship with someone that is not necessarily like that. The person's goal with money, the person's interest in money is just to continue to see and watch money grow. So if you are in that kind of relationship with, if these two opposite characters in money get married to each other, the problem is that they would always have a problem. That's the problem. Because everyone stands in their place of, from their own perspective and begin to judge the other person. And you begin to hear things like, why are you so irresponsible around money? And the other person is that, do you want to take money to heaven? You will die and you will suffer. So, we need to understand that our outlook to money, our experiences that we have had with money, they are quite different. For someone that grew up in an atmosphere where probably you are the last born and everybody's always giving you money, everybody is always sending you money, and you're never broke. You know that, okay, whatever it is, I ask you, and I get satisfied. And you are with someone that their personality around money is integrity and respect. For instance, if the person just takes pleasure in earning everything, that if someone that's you are from the background where you have always been spoiled, everything you want people give it to you, and you are now in the relationship with someone that's dignity, money and dignity, they are the same. So with this person, you are telling you can't afford something, and you're like, I want to go and meet my brother, and the person says, I know you can't. The moment you go to your brother to ask for money, then you become disrespected in the process, and whatever they want from you is what you would have to do. And I don't think I want to be in that space where your brothers, your dad, your anything will begin to dictate to me what I should do with my life, because whoever owns the money dictates the pace. So different personalities around money is always an issue, and we need to understand this. Not necessarily because people are bad people. When you begin to have money issues, not necessarily because the other person is a bad person, but you have such issues because your personalities around money, they are so different, and you need to learn the money personality of your spouse so that you don't get into that space where you are always clashing around money. The outlook to money is different. You want to spend, they want to save. You want to you feel entitled once in a while to make yourself comfortable and buy the things. Some people believe that it is just needs. Anything outside needs or season, or spending should be seasonal. It should be only Christmas and this and that you should take the kids out and have fun. And you believe, wow, we should give them memories that they can grow up to remember, but your spouse doesn't necessarily feel like that, or maybe the amount to be spent on particular luxury items, probably clothing and things like that. And we need to be mindful that our money personalities are different, and not because this person is evil, but because we are just different. So those are that is one of the major reasons why we're having money issues in our relationship. Like I said, I'm not talking about the lack of it or too much of it today, which is also a factor, but those subtle issues around money that we hardly talk about. Then also, if you are married to someone or you are in a relationship with someone that your the discipline that you have around money, they are different. It's also a big issue, because sometimes what we are talking about, you are talking about someone's financial discipline. That's how come that you don't know that you are not supposed to spend, like, for instance, I was talking to a particular couple, and the husband was saying that the money that you get to spend is the grandchildren of money. And what do I mean by grandchildren of? I'm sorry, what does it mean by grandchildren of money? It means that after you have earned, you save. After you have saved, you invest. The return on your investment is what you should be using to buy clothes and everything. But if you have not gotten to that level, you have not earned the right to buy, clothing and all of those things. So for him, that is his own personality around money. And that is the financial discipline for both parties, they are different. And so there would always be an issue when you are in that space, when the financial level of discipline is different one from another. And like I said, most of the time why we have issues in our marriages is because we judge the other person. We are quick to judge the other person using ourselves as a standard. And so we can't understand, why can't you see that this is wrong? And the other person does not necessarily share your belief around money, and so there will be issues. There is bound to be issue when your discipline levels are different one from another. Then another thing around money that causes a lot of problem is, financial abuse. And I am going to take a day to talk about financial abuse. We know about a lot of, and which financial abuse is a form of domestic abuse. And I know that we've not started talking a lot about financial abuse, and a lot of people are in that space and they don't know, because what your partner does is that it tries its best, no matter how subtle, to disempower you. You become disempowered when it comes to money. They encourage you, and when you want to snap out of that space where you are totally dependent on your partner, they don't encourage you, they frown at it. And so that's when you are in that kind of space, you become dependent, and the issues that you're talking about, they are very, you're talking about power issues. You're talking about power issues. Your spouse is trying to say that I have power over you to determine where and what you do. And if you are if you are not empowered, then you are likely to do what I want you to do. And these messages comes, no matter how subtle, it comes, and people, begin to have issues that why can't I? And the person is just restricting your financial movement and making you more dependent. And so this is also an issue. Some people, and it comes in different forms. Like, for instance, there was this particular couple that I was working with some time ago, and the man is, I make enough money to last you. What do you want to eat? What do you want to wear? That will be, you will be fine. You don't have to. My wife cannot be answerable to someone, and you go to one place and they will be telling you this, and you'll be doing yes sir. You can't yes sir anybody. And the lady was like, okay, what? I don't even, I just want to go out. I just want to go out. And the guy cannot comprehend. It feels like, is it not comfort that you need money for eventually? And I can give you all the comfort in this world, and I don't think that I will ever support you to go out, and so that, because he also has issues with trust anyways, that so that people will now begin to talk to you, and you get into that very delicate space where other men are checking you out. And by the way, the woman is a very beautiful woman, but he can't seem to understand that the issue is beyond the money. The wife is trying to have a life, and you are restricting her life. And so these are some of the major issues around money. And a lot of people feel disempowered, they feel intimidated when their partner is doing a lot better than them when it comes to financial issues. So these are some of the issues which we will really delve into, look at it one by one, bring them out, shake them. And there are so many issues around money. Other issues that we have around money is who the breadwinner is in the relationship. There are men, the breadwinner determines, has a lot to do with the kind of issues. For instance, if you have a female breadwinner in the family, sometimes it's tough on the women, and men too begin to complain about disrespect. But the dynamic was created because of the power dynamic, the financial dynamics in that home. And so when the breadwinner, sometimes the man self, sometimes the man too feels like, I do a lot, and everybody sees me as an ATM. And there are times that I just want to rest. In fact, there was a man that I was working with some time ago, and he eventually committed. He had another relationship. He had a side chick, and so when I was probing to understand what was going on in his mind, to just understand, he at a point he said, I feel unseen, I feel unheard, I just feel lonely. When I get to the house, it just feels like once everybody can get a piece of me, once everybody can get a piece of the icing, then they are fine. So to me, I just look like an ATM in that family. And whether the ATM is cold or hot, once you can vomit cash, that's fine. And so he felt lonely, and it drove him to the point of, infidelity. And so I think that these are issues that, some of the issues that money would always cause in our relationships, and we need to be aware of it. Then also, the changing roles around money. Now, I've talked about, this is the fifth thing I'm talking about now. The first one is, money personality. The second one is the level of financial discipline that we both have. The third thing that I talk about is, disempowering your spouse. The issue of, power issues around money. Then now I'm talking about the changing roles. The changing roles. Okay, I talked about the breadwinner as well. So number 5, we're talking about the changing roles. One of the major reasons why we have issues with finance and money in the home is that, like I said, I'm talking about the softer issues around money, is that the society is getting to a point where there are changing roles in our relationships. And because of these changing roles, some of us are not quick to embrace the change. For instance, men are forever, since since eternity, has learned that their role in the home is to be the provider. And because they provide, it comes with a level of respect, and and that is also gives them a form of identity. So the problems around this kind of issue is that because the economy is changing, and the social space as well is changing, men are no longer sole providers in their home. Sometimes they have the support of their wives, and sometimes their wives even earn more. And because of this, a lot of men are beginning to lose their identity, their sense of self-worth. Who am I in this relationship? If I can call the shots because of the contributions that I make, which is financial contributions, then who am I outside that? A lot of men do not know who they are anymore. They are beginning to have identity crisis as a result of this, the change in the society, the change in the economy, because now most men are unable to be the sole providers in their home, and so the respect that used to come with their own sense of identity that used to come from being the provider is being encroached on, and so they are struggling with their identity, and because of this, the finance and money becomes an issue. Because if the wife is earning more, how does this dynamic work? A lot of them don't understand, and some women as well. Some women, the society is changing so fast that most of us grew up with the mindset that my husband will take care of me. When I get married and become my husband's responsibility. And the truth is that most men cannot carry that responsibility solely anymore. And so for ladies that grew up with the mindset that my husband will carry me, and now it is practically impossible. During my own time, I was still one of the lucky ones that traditional setting worked for. My husband will take care of the, all the financial issues in the home. I take care of every other thing, domestic issues in the home, and then it used to work. But right now, it's no longer working. And so, even while before you even get married, you discover that there's already a problem, because the guy takes you out today, you buy, you do everything, and you didn't make any contribution, and he's wondering. So it's even part of the reason why some guys will not even settle for some ladies in the first place. They're like, no, I don't want liability. And when guys say this, it's not disrespectful. Sincerely, the terrain that we presently find ourselves is not, cannot be sustained with one person working, and so both parties. That is some of the issues that we have around money, and these are the louder issues that people are dealing with, because sometimes you think that the issues that we're having is as a result of this. No, these are some of the issues that we don't talk about, and these are the things that are going on behind the scene, and that is why we are having these issues. Then some issues that people also have around money, like I said, these are things that we can come back to and look at them one after the other, so that we can get the benefits of how to navigate when we find ourselves. But today I just want to lay all the reasons there, and later we'll talk about them more we talk about them more in more depth. So also, there are people that struggle with the issue of, there are some marriages or relationships that struggle with the issue of their evolving financial status. When their financial status begins to evolve, people begin to have issues couples have issues when they get to this point. There are some people, they have been very poor, they have always had to manage everything, and all of a sudden things become better for them. Things are gradually becoming, things are improving, getting better, and sometimes this growth that they're experiencing in their finances is not even in trickles, is massive leaps that they are having. And sometimes with these massive leaps, their partner is unable to catch up with the person that they are becoming. Their partner is unable to catch up with the person they are becoming, and so it becomes a problem, because some men complain that the fact maybe you got married to someone, and this person is used to treating you, giving you food inside rubber plastic and all those kind of things, and things are changing, and the person does not know that right now I eat in five-star hotels, and the least that I can want from my home and from my wife and my partner is that the person just, can you just please improve? Just improve. Think about, ways that you can up your own game as well. And don't, some men complain about the dressing of their wives, that we have grown, and you still feel like what you should wear is secondhand. Don't do that. The kind of people that I want you to meet, I don't want you to dress like this anymore. So these are some of the issues. When your finances, your financial status begin to evolve, your one partner might be unable to understand that there's a change and your partner wants to be treated differently, at least to match up with the new financial status. And some other people, this is the other way around. They've always been on the top of their games and things are not working as expected anymore, and so they are thinking that please reduce your expenses, please would you want to manage, things are not like before, and their partners are not having it. And so those are some of the reasons why financial issues will continue to we continue to encounter financial issues. And there are some people that, okay, they are in a particular season in their lives, and maybe at that season they want to try to build something, and it will require a lot of stretching, a lot of just being very very prudent, but their partner is not having it. So each time your financial status evolves, it's always a problem in the home sometimes. So like I said, these are soft issues that people hardly talk about. And also we have the issue of control. There are spouses that want to control their partner. They want to control their partner with their finance. And so the issue, you will see a woman or a man that is well, especially women, let's go there. You will see a woman that is well taken care of. She has a lot of resources at her disposal. She has drivers, she has clothes, she has everything. But the man in the question, or the spouse, is using all of these things to control the person. So we're talking about the issue of control, we're talking about the issue of power, so which is also a big deal when it comes to money issues. And so these are some of the issues that people have around money. Money matters a lot in relationship, and relationships fail because of this other subtle issue. Like I said, we are talking about subtler issues. How to come out of debt is not what we are talking about. How to build investment is not what we're talking about. But why we have issues in our marriages is what we are trying to address this morning. So okay, let me quickly see some of this. Okay. Oh, okay. Tony is making some comments here. Sometimes it's difficult for partners to evolve with their partner's financial pace, which sometimes leads to serious conflicts. Yes. So around money, there are so many issues that we can look at, and like I said, we are going to take this one after the other to talk about it deeply, to talk about it, in such a way that we'll have tools to work with if we find ourselves in this space. And this is where I would really want to draw the curtains today, because I don't want this to be too long. I don't want it to, we have our peculiarities in this part of the world because we are always trying to manage our data, and data is extremely expensive, really. And so I would want to pause here today, and we'll continue next week to look at these financial issues. But before I sign out, I really want to encourage you that there are times that you will have issues in your relationship that you think that you are on top of, but you are not. And sincerely, by the time you begin to feel like you are unheard, that I'm trying to tell you this and you can't get it, I'm trying to explain this to you and you feel unheard, you feel unseen, I think we should grow to that space in this our culture where we begin to seek help. And when you seek help for yourself, you know the kind of help that you have received from family and friends, if it has worked for you. But if it has not worked for you, I think that you should be talking to a professional, and which is why we are here. My name is Nikki Adekunle, and I am a couple therapist and a relationship coach. So if there are things that you don't understand about your relationship, if there are gray areas that you are having issues with, and you want to talk to a professional, please seek help. That is why we are here, and we are willing and ready to help you navigate that, difficult terrain in your marriage. And if you want to also learn more, because it just amazes me and amuses me how people feel like they can do a lot with less, how you feel like you can prepare for every other aspect of your relationship, of your life, except your relationship. If you want to go to school, you learn how to you are in your you go to school for several years to get that degree, but you are going to be in your marriage for longer, and you don't want to learn anything about the intricacies of marriage, and you just feel that these things are innate and they are in me, and I can just get up and begin to run without getting knowledge in that area. But I would advise that seek knowledge, go to conferences, go to seminars, and you know expand your mind, learn about relationships, learn about what is working and what is not working, and the things that you have been practicing, how has it served you before now. And so if you want to learn about money, we have several areas. Like, I run a relationship school. And it is Swim Relationship Academy. And you want to learn about any subject matter, we have a variety of topics that you can go to our website to check out. We are going to be leaving the our details under here, so that you can avail yourself of these opportunities to be able to learn, get insights about the issues that you are facing, the things that you are doing right, and the things that you are not doing right. So if you feel like you don't want to, it's an alternative, and it's also an addition. If you want to learn about these issues, go and learn about them, and learn from the very best. That is why we exist. So just go to our website, which is www.swimrelationshipacademy.com, and you will learn more about the things that we do. And if there are issues that you have, you can also always go to a course, find out from the course what exactly is the ideal standard here, what is the the best practice around whatever it is that I'm going through. And so on that note, I want to sign out this morning. Thanks for being here with me. I always appreciate everyone for being here with me this morning. Tony is here, Ogechi is here. I can't see some other people's names, but BC. Oh, my sis in love is here. Simple B is here. Ask Peterson Adeni. Thank you very much for being here. Femi Adekule 01. You're my ride or die forever. So thanks everyone for being here with me. We're going to talk about money in details, and how money has caused a lot of problems in our relationships, and how you should be navigating around these issues. And until I come your way again, bye for now.